Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again with the update for the Occultist Divine Ire full lightning to cold conversion build. And at this point it has done all the endgame, it has gone to level 93 I think, and yeah, it has just straight up frozen everything that's been thrown in its path. It is pretty impressive just how well Divine Ire, as pure cold, can freeze everything, including, but especially, Metamorphs. I've never had a character so happily take on any Metamorph mod and any Metamorph map, or map mods with the mods of the Metamorph themselves, because they just get frozen and they do absolutely nothing. Now it is a little bit ironic because the character's died to more non-Metamorph shit than probably any other character. Once it has gotten a little bit more figured out, like I've got a few more area nodes on the tree, made sure I really ironed out, smoothed out my crit, figured out my flask setup as best as I could, then it did get a bit better, and the journey from, let's say, 92 to 93 wasn't as bad as the journey from 90 to 91, because I was still trying to figure out how I was going to fully take on that endgame content, and once I got the increased area on the passive tree, reworked a little bit of the tree that you can see in the path of building and in the character display, then yeah, it gets a little bit smoother, and you really want some good cast speed, you really want some good crit, you want some good area, because otherwise there's not much in the way of defense against the really big hits. The best defense here is a good offense, and that means freezing everything, that means having good area, that means getting your casts in quickly, and a lot of it is going to come from Orb of Storms before you cast your Divine Ire, because that's where our curses are attached, and it has made me also kind of realize you don't necessarily need to do Occultist for this build. I'd say an Inquisitor could very likely be a superior choice, especially thanks to that energy shield regen for your EB Mind Over Matter, and it's also a lot less reliant on curses, meaning you don't actually need to get curses up. Most of your damage should be effective right from the get-go. There's not too much gameplay going on in this video because for the most part I just wanted to give you a highlight reel of boss kills. So Drox as tier 16 is probably one of my slowest boss kills, you can see, because he does have damage reduction as he puts things down, whereas this one here was probably my fastest and most surprising boss kill, because most of them would take like 20 or 30% per hit, whereas just then in that clip you could see the boss took 50% in one hit, and I was just blown away by how big that chunk was. I did all kinds of Guardians, did Uber Elder, did this one here, which is a pure Chayula Breachstone, and surprisingly managed to freeze Chayula completely as well, to not do anything. And you could see the Vile Righteous Fire did absolutely nothing in that situation. So many times Vile Righteous Fire doesn't do anything. It's not really that worth pressing. I was just trying to min-max here or there for certain kills, but ultimately I don't think you need to press Vile Righteous Fire at all, and it's kind of just uncomfortable too, because it does take away all of your energy shield to begin with, and then it relies on you having to freeze whatever you're fighting, or at least chill it very potently to move on from there. But every single Metamorph basically never got to attack, and I don't think I died to a single Metamorph in any map mod, in any T16, anything like that, because they just get frozen, and then you poof around a bit, and chances are they never get to attack you. The enemies that they spawn never get to attack you, and thanks to the Divine Ire, Orb of Storms and Stormbrand, they get killed really quickly as well, before they get a chance to do anything as well. So took on all content. It's pretty damn good for bossing. It's okay for mapping, but it is a little bit clumsy at times against some mob types. It really depends on what type of map and what type of mobs you get, because the more ranged heavy ones are gonna kind of get the jump on you from time to time. But just want you to have a good think about Divine Ire before you think about some other things, because my god, this skill is still beautiful and somehow in a pretty strong state ever since it came into existence. So that's the character. Enjoy the Awakener level 8 that was deathless, I believe, and see you next time. 13 results. I mean, no shit. There's none up for sale. 60 exalts, 69 exalts. There's just so few of them available. That's a level 5, huh?
Leave me.
A level 6 with 23 quality. 15 mirrors. Alright, Chief. We double corrupted it and fucking won. I mean, that's just dumb. Okay, so how are we playing this? Just run around a bit. Pew. Pew, pew, pew. Pressing focus. When I wanted deeps. 3, 4, 5. No need to press 2. E. Good big damage. You can probably take a couple of hits here or there, but definitely can't take many. Can I get into the fucking fight, please? What the fuck, man?
You finally caught my attention.
That seemed a bit harsh.
Die.
Decent start, but also extremely sketchy. I'm so bad at seeing the stars still.
Scabbers found strength. So foolish. Be silent.
I think I haven't charged up any power charges yet. No! Jesus.
Your lives are meaningless.
I know, dude. Once again, not new information. Fucking Stone Golem may actually be wrong to use. I don't know. I feel like he's debating me for when the attacks are going. Having him out of the way is good. Alright, so last phase is the only thing I'm really worried about. It's just getting the DPS in. You need to run around, survive, line up all the deeps, and then give him the D. So get that small window of opportunity, he should die. Oh, Jesus. Holy fuck, that goes far. Hey. I don't know why I refreshed my golem just now. Seems wrong. Did I leave the area? No? Maybe? Seem okay. Fuck off, man. Fuck the fuck off. What is that, like my fucking 5th crown plus nothing in a row?